If you want to see how precious life is, you just have to peer into one of these incubators in this neonatal hospital ward. For it's within the walls of the Holy Family Hospital that babies take their first breath, see the world for the first time, and meet the ones who love them the most, their parents. But what's really special about this hospital is where it's located, because it was here, on this land, that something incredible happened 2,000 years ago. Today, close to the very spot where Jesus was born, this hospital, run by the Order of Malta, wants to make sure the babies born in Bethlehem today have the best love and care possible.
Always we have joy here, new babies, new life. We are with the woman in her pain, then in her joy. We see the first moment of life.
And that is the goal of everyone working here at the hospital, bringing new life into the world. Michelle Bowe is the Order of Malta's ambassador to Palestine. And last year, I believe, you delivered over 4,500 babies?
Yeah, I think it was 4,646 babies born here in Bethlehem. Just beautiful, bright lights of hope for the mothers and fathers of the Hebron and Bethlehem region. We serve a catchment area of about 1 million people, and we're the only hospital that can deliver and care for babies born before 34 weeks.
The hospital specializes in neonatal care for premature babies.
In our department, we have the total beds between 18 or 20 sometimes. Some babies are cardiac, we have cardiac problem and surgical problem.
This is Isra Faraj, the nurse in charge of the ward.
The baby 39 weeks with 3 kilo and needs ventilator and other things for the intensive care.
This little baby is going to be just fine. But sadly, as is the tragic reality of life, for other families, the news is more heartbreaking. And just across the ward, laying in another bed, is a little baby who is not going to make it.
This baby, unfortunately, he has a congenital bone disease. He was born with multiple fractures, and unfortunately, there's no treatment. This baby is dying, but we're trying to make his life as comfortable as we can. This is the most horrible situation you can be faced with.
For many of the mothers who have extremely sick babies that require extensive, complex, and expensive care, they come from poverty and can't afford the treatment. Some even live here in the Desha community, the largest refugee community in Bethlehem. This is a Palestinian refugee camp here in Bethlehem. It's one of 3 actually. Hello. And this is where many of the mothers go to the hospital in Bethlehem to give birth. The hospital has become famous in Palestine as the Order of Malta covers the costs and provides the best care regardless of how much or how little the patient can afford.
This is a hospital that's doors are wide open to all without regard to need or creed. We don't just take care of a baby that was born 26 weeks gestation and keep them in the hospital for 5 months and then send them home to a home without electricity. We care for them, we keep them a little extra so they can get a little bit chubby, and then we send them home with cards for electricity so the baby can have a warm place, particularly in the winter because Bethlehem is cold. It's a high desert and it's cold in the winter.
For those who can't come to the hospital will come to them. And every week, a mobile health clinic leaves Bethlehem and travels into the rural desert land. It's here, in the communities of the indigenous Bedouin people, that the mothers, many of them quite young, can avail of services that they would otherwise never be able to get.
This is the mobile clinic, the clinic inside the car. There is a resident doctor with ultrasound to check the mummies, and there is generator for electricity.
The men of this community make it very clear to us that we are not to film their wives, and the ones who are there without their husbands refuse to speak to us on camera. But inside the specially fitted van, the nurse tells us about the services available.
We give them a primary care as ultrasound investigation.
Close by, school children watch on. They will be the future of these communities and most likely will be availing of the service as well. Back in the hospital, and a young student nurse has just delivered a beautiful baby girl.
Yes, I delivered this baby with the help of from my teacher, Narges.
No fears?
Yes.
No fears.
Because I'm behind her.
Yes.
I'm supporting her. She's my student.
The hospital puts a strong emphasis on training and hiring student doctors and nurses, and 71% of their employees are women.
This is an ecumenical hospital. It's an ecumenical workplace where Christians and Muslims work together.
All working in harmony.
Working in harmony, everybody wears the cross of the order on their arm.
I'm a Christian and she's a Muslim. We respect each other. We work together in operating room as a team, as a friend, as sisters. It's the best hospital in Palestine.
I feel like we're making an actual difference here in Palestine. And what we really do is we bring them hope. We restore the dignity to women so that they can work or take care of grandchildren. The Blessed Mother delivered her baby among the animals, and we're promising today that that will never happen to another mother in Bethlehem.
Every delivery is a magical moment because it's a unique time or unique seconds for the lady.
All healthy, happy?
Yes. Look.
Yes.
Wow.
Pink color,
Pink color.
moving, responding.
Regardless of the incredible challenges facing the patients who come here and the staff who work here, the Holy Family Hospital continues to be that beacon of light for the mothers of Bethlehem and their newborn babies, 2,000 years after the birth of Jesus on this very land. In Bethlehem, Colm Flynn, EWTN News in Depth.